G'day guys, Greg here. Now, as you're probably aware, the weather is cooling down. And what's a better meal to have when it's nice and cold than a delicious stew? And I've got a really nice recipe that I'm going to show you how to make today using my favourite ingredient, the Instapot pressure cooker. There's a few ingredients we're going to need today, so let me show you what they are. Okay, what you'll need for today's recipe is some cheap cutter steak. This is slow cooked or pressure cooked. You want the cheap cut. You can use rump or sirloin if you're cashed up though. Salt and pepper, olive oil and balsamic vinegar. You'll need some sugar, some beef stock, some water, and some cab sav if you got some. You'll also need some thyme. You got the thyme, I got the place. Ah! Bay leaves, some flour and some tomato paste. Some garlic, onion, 2 carrots, and about half a kilo of potatoes. Now I'll be saying the measurements along the way of how much to use. This is for 2 people only, so if you've got friends, half your luck. But if you need to double this recipe or triple it, then just double or triple it. Anyway, there's a few things we have to cut up, so let's start doing that. Okay, so we've got some things here. Where do I start? I might start with the potatoes. We just cut those into family-sized chunks.
Oh, I love me potatoes. And the thing I like even more about potatoes is whenever I'm cooking me potatoes, I can put on an Irish accent and everything's good. Alright, so that's me potatoes. Now me onion. I should cut that way. I'll do that and then I'll do it that way, and then I just peel this like dodgy bit off the outside because we don't need that bit. Unless you're really into like onion skin. I know there's a song about onion skin. I think it went, oh, onion skin. But then you just cut it like that. Cut it like that. And you want it in chunks. So I will cut this bit, if I can line them up, like that. Sweet ass. Now we've got some carrots here. So I'll just like get rid of that skin. Even though I normally leave it on. But I'll get rid of it today because, well, I could have left it on because I left the potato skin on, didn't I? Anyway, I'll just leave that on like that. Then I'll get this bit. Now I'll cut that off. I'll cut those like hard bits off, chuck them, and then I'll cut these into fairly decent chunks like that. Yeah, and that'll be good. Right, and now I'm left with the garlics, which basically I sort of want them whole, but I'll just bang them like that. Take this skin off, except that one didn't do its thing. Get rid of that skin. It's not too hard. If you bite your nails it is though. And that one there. And then we got this one here, which I probably should have banged a little harder. That's what she said. And, well, it's got those dodgy end bits. I'll just trim those off. Because, unless you like, you know, biting into hard things. But I certainly don't. I can just get rid of that skin stuff. And I'll just smash those down. Right. That is all the hard work done. Oh, except for the hard work of cutting up your meat. Oh, gosh, totally forgot about that. So I'll move that out. I'll get my meat cutting tray and I'll shove my meat on that. And I'll just cut it into, you know, the sections that you want. Big chunks, little chunks, small chunks, large chunks, extra large chunks, extra small, large chunks. I'll just cut it into chunks.
Unless you want to keep it whole, of course. If you got some vegans coming over, then you probably could maybe just keep the meat whole, and then when they come over, take it out, get rid of that, and then serve it up without the meat. And then you just put that big chunk of meat on your plate. I reckon that'd be a great idea. I'm going to have to try that one day. All right. Now that's the hard work done. Let's start cooking this bad boy. All right, so now I've got my Instapot here. So I go to the saute high temp button. I'll hit that, and then on this one I got to hit the start button, and that'll get the inside of it heating right up. All right, is this warmed up yet? Oh yeah, it has. Anyway, I'll add some olive oil in there, and we'll start cooking this beef. And what we want to do is just brown the beef until it's brown on all sides. I like to just let it sit there and cook on one side for a while, and then give it a mix. And then let it do the same with these bits of meat. Let's see if you can flip them all over. This is where some barbecue tongs can come in handy. And even then, they're not that handy. Alright, well that's looking pretty good there. Okay, so now we need to just start adding the ingredients. So we'll start off with some salt and some pepper. I'll add in my 1 onion, my 3 or 4 cloves of garlic, 1 tablespoon of balsamic vinegar, 3/4 of a tablespoon of tomato paste, 1/8 of a cup of flour, self-raising or plain, or in this case corn flour, which is a gluten-free one. We've got 1 cup of red wine, 1 cup of beef stock or beef broth here, half a cup of water. I've got my bay leaf, I've got my thyme. You got the thyme, I got the place. Ah! That's about 1/4 of a teaspoon I'm using in this one. Just peel the leaves off. 3/4 of a teaspoon of sugar. Makes the medicine go down. I got my 2 large carrots and my ½ kilo of potatoes, which was about 4 medium-sized ones. Although, hey, if you're Irish, just add as many as you want. And we'll mix all that together. Yum, 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 bubblegum. Ta-ta-ta-ta, me potatoes. Alright, well, now it's time to whack your lid on. And we need to pressure cook this for at least ½ an hour. Now, that one says soup, risotto, rice, steam, meat and poultry, manual. I'll go manual now. No. Right, okay. Get that up to about 35 minutes, if it allows me to. Alright, it did, sweet. And we'll hit start. Now that will take a while to heat up and cool down, so yeah, we'll just let it sit there, and make sure you've got this set to seal as well. Not your Spotify set to seal to listen to. I'm talking about the lid on this thing. So now it's time to go to the shops, walk the dog, do some washing, clean up the dishes that you've just been using. And we'll come back when it's done, probably a little bit later on, and we'll give it the old taste test. All right, well, it's a few hours later. I've been out, walked the dog, done a whole bunch of stuff. But let's take this lid off. I think it's, yeah, the steam's already come out, so let's take a look. Whoa, mate. Look on the top there. I can see some fat shimmering there. So let's give it a stir through. Yum diddly scrumptious. So let's get some in a bowl and see what it's like. Oh, mate. Tell you what, it's smelling real good. Okay. Oh man, that meat is so tender. Oh, the sauce is so nice. Oh mate, those potatoes are so creamy and smooth. I love the pressure cooker, mate. So good to cook meals in. Just chuck stuff in, turn it on, go and do your business, come back later and serve it up. Man, this is good. Well, I hope this recipe helps warm you up on a cold winter's night. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time I whip something up. See you then.
Oh yeah, this is Greg's Kitchen. With today I made some beef stew with carrots and potatoes. I'm going to enjoy it with some nice crusty bread.